Apologize for making everybody come in for this. I thought maybe we'd have some other things show up. But the only thing we have on the agenda today is a hearing on House Bill 2799. And Chris, would you go ahead and give us an overview?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good afternoon, committee. House Bill 2799 designates a portion of U.S. Highway 281 in Russell County as the First Responders Memorial Highway. The highway will be designated on the portion of U.S. 281 from the southern city limits of Russell, then north to its junction with K18 highway. As usual, highway signs won't be placed until the Secretary of Transportation receives 100% of the cost for the signs and 50% for any future maintenance or replacement. And then Section 2, again, something that's common for highway namings is US 281 was already named from the Kansas-Oklahoma border to the Nebraska-Kansas border as the American Legion Memorial Highway. So the Section 2 would carve out this portion for the First Responders Memorial Highway and leave the rest as the American Legion Highway. I'd be happy to stand for any questions.
Any questions for Chris? Hey, seeing none, I thought maybe we'd have some live testimony today, but I know Representative Waymaster had a kind of a conflict at 1:30, and I don't see Senator Bowers here. But if you will look at our testimony, we've got a letter from Jim Cross, the mayor of the city of Russell. And you can also see on, I believe it's page 3 of they sent a copy of their city minutes. Yeah, it's item 8F, where they made a motion to formally request this highway dedication. Representative Goddard.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I move that we approve the designation of the highway for the two sections, First Responders and American Legion.
Yeah, if we're going to do that, we need to go ahead and ask for the rules to be suspended and see if there's any objection to that. Would you like to request that we suspend the rules? Okay. Is there any objection to the suspension of the rules? Go ahead, Representative Hall-Heisel.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Do we need to close the hearing on this first before we suspend the rules and move this out?
Go ahead, Representative Neely.
I, for one, think this is great and that every city should have an area that is memorialized to first responders and to the American Legions, two of the most important things that we have in our communities and stuff that way. So I want to make sure, since nobody else had the opportunity to speak on this, that I am 1,000% and everything in favor of this.
Any other comments? All right, seeing none, I'll close the hearing on House Bill 2799. And then would you like to
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
refresh your...
I believe my motion is still on the floor. I move that we suspend the rules.
Hey, is there a second for the motion? Oh, Heisel. Had the second. Is there any objection? Okay. If not, we'll go ahead and take up House Bill 2799. Go ahead, Representative Goddard.
I move that we approve House Bill 2799, redesignating two sections of the highway for the American Legion and the First Responders Highway, and move it out favorably.
Is there a second for the motion? Second is by Representative Ballard. And I think Chris would like to clarify something. Go ahead, Chris.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I did want to clarify the bill only designates the First Responders Memorial Highway. The American Legion Memorial Highway is already designated on US 281. So,
yeah, they used a section of a prior designation for this one. So is everybody clear on the distinction there? Excuse me.
I mean, exactly what the revisor said. If I'm reading this correctly, it's already designated for the American Legion, right? So we're removing part of that designation, not adding it like the other rep I think is thinking here. But so we're
Right.
taking it away and replacing it with first responders. Is that correct?
But it's only a portion of it.
Portion
It's
of it.
not
I agree.
that they're taking it
I
away.
agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
Representative Collins.
So does that mean it'll be the American Legion Highway to a point, then it'll be the first responders, then it'll go back to the American Legion?
Go ahead, Chris.
Hey, Mr. Sharon. Yeah. From Oklahoma to the southern city limits of Russell, it'll be the American Legion Highway. Then from Russell to K18 junction with US 281, it will be the First Responders Memorial Highway. And then from the junction with K18 to the Nebraska border, it'll remain the American Legion Memorial Highway still.
All right. Yeah, thank you.
Representative Ballard.
Says here, our first responders are often, Mike and I don't like each other. Our first responders are often the first medically trained professionals to arrive on the scene of emergencies and accidents. First responders are normally police officers, EMTs, and firefighters. First responders do a demanding job that requires personal sacrifice, bravery, and heroism. I believe these folks are not recognized and acknowledged often enough for their work, and renaming this portion of Kansas Highway is one way to demonstrate our respect and appreciation for our first responders. I think that really justifies why they're asking for it, and it just says we've given it a little more thought about why we're doing this. So, thank you, Mr. Chair.
Yep. Is there any other discussion, Representative Delperding?
Thank you again. And this may be a question for you or revisers, but is there currently any highway in Kansas that is named for the first responders?
Chris, do you know?
Thank you, Mr. Sharon. No, there is not currently a First Responders Memorial Highway.
I just want to make sure that we're not repeating it here, and we've got different highways already named off. So, okay. Thank you.
Any other discussion? Is there any amendments? If not, Representative Goddard, would you like to make your motion?
Let me see if I can get this right. I move that 281 in Russell County be designated as the First Responders Memorial Highway and redesignate a portion of the American Legion Memorial Highway, which would amend KSA 68-1011 and repeal the existing section.
And so you would like to make a motion that we report out House Bill 2799 favorably? And would you like to close on your motion? Representative Hoheisel gave the second originally.
I
So-
close, thank you.
Okay. All right. You've heard the motion. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, no. Motion carries. All right, committee, that's all we have today. Just to give you an idea of what we've got coming up, we've got two bills Tuesday, something about vehicle dealers and salvage vehicles. It's SB 399. Another highway naming bill, SB 410. Then on Wednesday, everybody get their red out. We're going to have the hearing on a license plate bill that includes the Chiefs, Sporting KC, Sedgwick County Zoo, and I hear Topeka Zoo is jealous now that Sedgwick County Zoo has one, so we may have some an amendment. I think a former representative is struggling trying to find a way to be here. Kansas City Royals and the Kansas City Current.
Well, Mr. Chair, did you need some more? I mean, that's not enough.
You know, I understand the importance of license plates, but when we get one with, what is it, 4, 5, and we're already got an adder coming in, sometimes I have my moments. But they are all great things that people support and have pride in. So it is an important thing that we do for our citizens. Then on Thursday, the March 7th, we're having a hearing on SB 142, which is a proceed with due caution when passing stationary vehicles on the side of the road. So if there's nothing further for the committee, we're adjourned.